So thankful to have the opportunity to be with you for a few moments today here on Tuesday. Today I'd like to look at Luke chapter 16. Here you have the parable of the unjust steward who was not a faithful steward, but he did have human wisdom. And when he was let go, he went to the creditors of the master and gave up the amount that he would have made off of the different transactions and made friends of all of these people so that he would have a place to go when he no longer had the position with the estate that he was in. And at the conclusion of this, we read in verse 9, "And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon of unrighteousness, that when ye fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitations." We need to be willing to do what we're supposed to do in giving of our means to the Lord, and then we will have wonderful opportunity to have great blessing when we get to heaven. But then I want to focus on verse 10. "He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much, and he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much." Here we see the vital importance of being faithful in the not so important big things. It's very easy for us to be responsible when there's a crisis or there's something we have to manage or something that's going to have a great impact. But the everyday responsibilities, the thing that's going to be very vital for our family, what's going to cause the work of God to go forward, those things are the things that are going to ultimately make the big difference. Because if we're not faithful in the least things, then we're not going to be faithful when the chips are down and we're having to face the pressures of life. We're not going to be faithful in the major things. A lot of people miss that very important matter. Day by day, we need to be walking in the Spirit and to take seriously every little responsibility that we have. And when we do, God is then going to bless. Verse 11 says, "If therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? And if ye have not been faithful in that which is another man's, who shall give you that which is your own?" Speaking here especially of our stewardship of all that God has given to us. So God wants to give us eternal blessings. But faithfulness in the small things that are the Lord's will make all the difference. And may God enable us to realize there's great encouragement down the road. But we need to step by step do exactly what he says and be faithful in the least of these things.